They call it the big time. Got your name in lights. Now you're gonna shine. Got them in your sights.
You're just trying to find a way out. I don't want to tell you how to live, but I just don't want you to miss. And I don't mean to scare you. I want you to live, and I dare you to give this life all you have. Yeah, all you have. Whoa, 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 whoa,
Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio begins now.
I'm going to replay that. Hey, Jade, if you could reset your pan.
They say respect is earned 60 feet, 6 inches at a time. In 2026.
It's time for Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio as the Cardinals taking on the Angels, HSAA out of Dallas and Fort Worth Christian here in North Richland Hills at Keck Horton Field, the private school classic continuing today. Fort Worth Christian picked up a pair of victories yesterday. Glad you're spending your evening with us here on Tradio. Fort Worth Christian looking for their 4th consecutive win this evening, taking on Dallas HSAA, the Angels. It was a 4-0 and then 5-4 victory in the doubleheader on Thursday, and the private school classic continuing and concluding here tonight with the news coming down about an hour ago that tomorrow's activities here at Keck Horton Field will be canceled due to the impending weather. But we should have a fantastic matchup here tonight, and looking forward to bringing it to you here on Tradio. We look back at yesterday's matchup, and when we see things that stood out, certainly 2 players really rose to the occasion for Fort Worth Christian. First, Grady Emerson, as expected, the top-ranked high school prospect in the country, had a day to remember yesterday, 6 for 7. He had 3 runs scored, 3 runs driven in, and 3 of his 6 hits went for extra bases, totaling 10 bases. And then Jake Parkerson as well did a great job at the plate. He was 3 for 5 between the 2 games, totaled 4 bases, had a pair of runs driven in, and also scored a run. He's hitting .462 on the season, 6 for 13, half of those hits coming in the doubleheader yesterday. So there's a look at some standouts from yesterday's matchup. It was a 4-0 win over Legacy Christian, and then a 5-4 victory over Cornerstone Christian, getting set to take on HSAA here this evening, as the game before just ended a little bit ago. First pitch scheduled for 7 o'clock, and we'll see how close to 7 that we ultimately get the first pitch going here, but that definitely was a standout offensively. Now when we look at the pitching as well, this is a big thing for Fort Worth Christian, throwing the ball at a high level, and that's what they did yesterday across the 2 games, only surrendering 4 runs, and they did it to the tune of 14 strikeouts. Now, the whip was over 1. They did allow over a base runner per inning, and it was a Fort Worth Christian team we saw in the first weekend when they started 3-1. They did it at times in spite of the lack of command at times from the pitching staff. However, they were able to throw the ball at a high level, get the strikeouts, and compete in the zone as they try to extend their starters a little bit more here in this second weekend here in these before district play tournaments to begin the season for the Cardinals. They also had 5 looking strikeouts of those 14 that they put together. That's a little perspective from the pitching side for Fort Worth Christian. It will be Kale Brateris who toes the rubber here this evening for the Cardinals. He went 2 innings last time out, but needed 46 pitches to do so, only surrendering 1 hit against 3 walks and no runs in his 2 clean innings of work, in a matchup where Fort Worth Christian was able to win 5-0 against St. Michael's in the final game of the Matt Park Classic last weekend. Kale Brateris threw the ball well, and Brateris getting the ball here this evening, trying to work on his 2 scoreless that he had in his first outing of the season coming last Saturday. So the ball will be in the hands of Brateris. Looking forward to seeing what the junior southpaw can do as we continue the pregame show. It's Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio. We will be right back.
Fort Worth Christian School is a Christ-centered college preparatory school where every student is known, loved, and valued. At FWC, students are challenged to pursue excellence in the classroom, in competition, and in their faith, all while being equipped with a strong biblical worldview. From standout academics and championship athletics to award-winning fine arts and a vibrant student community, Fort Worth Christian is preparing tomorrow's leaders today. We invite you to discover the difference for your family. Visit fwc.org to learn more, schedule a personal tour, and experience Fort Worth Christian for yourself.
Thank you so much for joining the game with us today. We hope you are enjoying this presentation of Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio. We have a target of 20,000 channel subscribers before the end of the spring. We need your help to reach that goal. So please hit the subscribe button and the like button, and pick a friend or family member to whom you can share the game. We are happy you are watching and hope you consider becoming a member for access to different member-only content.
Draftline Sports Management is taking recruiting and NIL to the next level. With over 50 plus years of experience and athlete representation, we set the standard for maximizing value and creating opportunities. Draftline Sports Management is where the future signs first.
Awesome. Awesome.
My name is Jason Weber, and our companies, JWC General Contractors and 88's Disaster Restoration, are proud corporate sponsors of Fort Worth Christian. My wife Jamie and our son Aiden and I love being a part of the Cardinal family. We believe in the mission and vision of FWC, and we know how important it is to support the Cardinal experience. JWC provides exceptional residential and commercial roofing, while ADH offers comprehensive disaster restoration. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me directly about how we can serve you. From our family to yours, go Cards!
I'm Stacy Pearson, and at Pearson Air, we believe in helping people with everything we do. We have been leaders in the multifamily HVAC industry since 1982, serving Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, and Denver. Uncompromised honesty, disciplined integrity, unequal value, and godly generosity are our core values. Check us out online at pearsonair.com. Now come on, Cardinal Nation, let's go.
Hi, I'm Spencer Perkins with Streamline Landscape. We're excited to be a corporate partner and the official landscape provider for Fort Worth Christian School. Streamline is a full-service residential and commercial landscaping company. It will be our pleasure to work with you to achieve your outdoor living space, just like we've done at the Hagen's home. Go to streamlinelc.com and we can get you a free quote today. Go Cards!
We're back with you on Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio. HSAA, the Angels out of Dallas. Homeschool squad taking on Fort Worth Christian here in the Private School Classic. Looking forward to this matchup here today between these two teams. Let's dive a little bit deeper into the matchups from yesterday. Fort Worth Christian started off the evening with a 4-0 victory over Legacy Christian. It was a matchup where the Cardinals had 4 runs on 11 hits. The bats really came to play. Grady Emerson in that matchup went 4 for 4 with a pair of RBIs as well in the first of the doubleheader, but it was an excellent pitching effort from the Cardinals. It marked their second consecutive shutout after getting a scoreless frame done by the pitching staff in the final game of last weekend's affair up in Argyle, Texas. And now you have Fort Worth Christian starting off this Private School Classic. They get to host here at Keck Horton Field with a 4-0 victory over Legacy Christian. And that first matchup, a 4-0 win, 11 hits, just 1 error. Grady Emerson had 4 of those 11 hits, and he also drove in half of the runs, 2 of the 4 RBIs that they had. They drew 3 walks, struck out 6 times at the plate, but it was really the difference for the mound is what happened for the Cardinals in that matchup. It was a phenomenal job by David Salas, the sophomore, continuing to throw well. He went 5 innings, allowed just 1 hit, had 7 strikeouts and 2 walks, and allowed no runs. 5 shutout for him, and then Fred Hall came in and closed it out as the 7-inning shutout, just 1 hit combined between the pitching staff for Fort Worth Christian. They really shut down Legacy Christian in that matchup. And then the second game of the doubleheader coming up against Cornerstone Christian. It was a triumph, a late-game victory, an impressive effort from Rusty Greer's group. The Cardinals had 5 runs on 6 hits, while Cornerstone Christian had 4 runs on 6 hits, and they put up a 4 spot in the top of the 3rd inning, taking a 4-2 lead. However, the Cardinals were able to tie it immediately next half inning in the bottom of the 3rd, and then they scored a run in the bottom of the 5th to ultimately win the ball game. Grady Emerson, again, had a 2-for-3 effort in that game. And so it was an impressive effort.
Leading off the second baseman.
The starting lineups are being announced now. We'll step aside for that.
Batting second, the shortstop, number 2, Grady Emerson. Batting third, the center fielder, number 17, Braylon James. Batting cleanup, the third baseman, number 7, Jake Parkerson. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 1, Hank Austin. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 33, Antonio Endahar. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, number 9, Andrew Ridgel. And he's batting for the pitcher, number 6, Kale Brateris. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 24, Jacob Ward. And batting ninth, the left fielder, 0, Harry Alsop. The Cardinals are coached by Rusty Greer, assisted by Jacob Pickle, Curtis Wilkerson, John Hampton, and Tyler Ricks. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, please stand, and gentlemen, remove your caps as we go to the Lord in prayer. And following the conclusion of our prayer, please remain standing as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem. The anthem tonight will be sung by Christy Ward, mother of starting right fielder Jacob Ward. Let's pray. Father God, we thank you for this beautiful day that you've given us. We thank you for the great game of baseball. Father, we thank you for both teams, talents and abilities that you bless them with. We thank you for their coaches and all that they've done to help get them to this point, their parents. Father, we just pray for a wonderful night here at the ballpark tonight. Keep everybody safe on the field. Father, keep us safe as we go home later. Father, we thank you for Jesus, and we ask all these things in his name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Christy Ward.
So So ready for some action here at Fort Worth Christian. The home team will start in the field. We'll give you their starting lineup first defensively as they're about to run out here for the top of the first inning. Thanks for joining us here on Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio. Kale Brateris will get the nod as the left-hander goes out to start off this matchup again through 2 scoreless on Saturday against St. Michael's. So the junior left-hander going to be working with Hank Austin behind the plate, Antonio Andujar at first base, Griffin Carney at second, Grady Emerson at short, Jake Parkerson at third base, Harry Alsup in left, Braylon James in center, and Jacob Ward in right field as Rusty Greer, the head coach, out for the ground rules right now ahead of this matchup between the Cardinals and Angels. Here we'll give you the batting order for HSAA. They start off with Miles Sutton in center field, batting second, Jagger Webb, the shortstop, hitting in the 3-hole, Colson Castillo playing third base, Atticus Irani, the pitcher, and designated hitter as well in the cleanup spot. Isaac Zebazinski, the left fielder, followed by the catcher Hudson Wurtzema, and then the first baseman Jack Barber, Noah Benitez at second, and then Stone Garcia rounds out the order playing in right field. So Fort Worth Christian coming in 5-1 in the season. They've won 3 consecutive games after sweeping the doubleheader yesterday and looking to continue to throw the ball well. They had a shutout yesterday, a couple of those early going in the season, but the bats really started to get going as well. And their standout player, Grady Emerson, who we'll see hit second in the bottom half of the first inning, the top-ranked player in the country, really lived up to the billing yesterday. 6 hits in 7 at-bats. And we're going to look at some of the keys to the game now. Our Connerly's keys. First one, leverage momentum for Fort Worth Christian. They had some momentum after picking up a couple wins yesterday, trying to build on a 3-game win streak here this evening against the Angels of HSAA. Also, getting ahead in the count going to be crucial for Fort Worth Christian in this matchup. In particular, Kale Brateris will try to fill up the zone. Needed 46 pitches in his first outing. Did go 2 scoreless, but looks to fill it up a little bit more. Getting ahead going to be crucial for that. And then continuing to be aggressive for their plate approach as well is going to make things happen for Fort Worth Christian on offense. Coming in through 6 games, it's a Fort Worth Christian team hitting .313 as a squad, and they're getting aboard in a variety of ways, being patient at the plate as well. They've drawn 23 walks at the plate through 6 games while hitting .313 and accounting for 36 hits, with 11 of those going for extra bases. So the Cardinals take the field, and we're about to get underway for this matchup, HSAA and Fort Worth Christian, here in the Private School Classic from North Richland Hills, Texas. Beautiful evening for baseball. Glad you're joining us here on Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio. And plenty of fans in attendance as well. 70 degrees and cloudy. The forecast most of the day, but now the sun is set. The lights beaming down here at Ketcorton Field, and a great day for baseball. Despite Mother Nature being in the forecast in terms of rain tomorrow, that has washed away the potential of baseball here for the Private School Classic. We conclude it tonight, and the Cardinals look to conclude it on a high note. Hank Austin receiving the warm-up tosses. See the earpiece in the right ear as the left-hander. Kale Brateris going through his warm-up set. We gave you the defensive alignment if you missed it. Harry Alsup in left field, Braylon James in center, and Jacob Ward out in right field. Jake Parkerson and Grady Emerson on the left side of the infield. Griffin Carney and Antonio Andujar on the right side. And then Brateris finishing up his warm-up tosses to Hank Austin, the catcher, as that's the battery combination for Fort Worth Christian. Looking to move to 6-1 on the young season, just the second weekend of action for high school baseball. here for Fort Worth Christian. The Angels, first three due up here on the top of the first. Miles Sutphin, Jagger Webb, and then Colson Castillo, the first three to hit. So the toss is down. Emerson flips it off to Carney.
Number 16, Miles Sutphin.
And Miles Sutphin, the center fielder, will lead things off. 3:05 to left, 3:10 to right, 360 to dead center here at Ketcourton Field. Wind blowing slightly in from right center field as Miles Sutphin comes up to the plate. And we're ready for baseball this evening. Brateris working out of the stretch. He fires, first pitch swinging, pops it up on the left side, and the third baseman, Jake Parkerson there. One pitch, one out, and a nice start to the outing for Kale Brateris. So just a pop up to Parkerson on the first pitch. Brateris fires it in the zone, called for a strike. Getting ahead going to be crucial for Brateris, this entire staff as well. They've logged 30 innings on the season through 6 games. A swing and a miss. Brateris ahead, 0-2 in the count here to Jagger Webb, the right-handed hitting shortstop for the Angels. Brateris is lifted towards right, and there to make the grab is Jacob Ward. There's 2 outs.
The third baseman, number 7, Colson Castillo.
Colson Castillo comes up. The third baseman. Give it a fist bump to Hank Austin. Jacob Ward making that grab out in right. He fouls the first pack. 0-1 count here with 2 outs in the bottom of the top of the first inning. So we're just underway. Kale Brateris looking to retire the side in order here at Ketcourton Field, a part of the Private School Classic. He kicks and deals and catches the strike zone. 0-2 count here to Castillo. 28 strikeouts, but 28 walks as well through 30 innings of work for this Cardinals pitching staff through 6 games, 5 of which they have won. Castillo granted time. Up and out, a ball and 2 strikes the count. Castillo fights it off, keeps it at a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Brateris looking for a clean top of the first inning. Trying to retire the side in order. The lefty comes set. And that's hit to the right side, but foul. So a pair of 2-strike foul balls by Colson Castillo trying to extend this top of the first inning. Fouls it away to the right side. 2 balls and 2 strikes as he misses up and out as the lefty works against Colson Castillo. The third baseman battling with 2 strikes. The 2-2. Another breaking ball fouled away. So if anything else, Castillo is putting together a quality at-bat. 3 2-strike foul balls trying to extend this inning. Brateris, however, still with a chance to retire the side in order and do it in efficient manner. The 2-2. Fouled away once again. It's rifled right to the right side. Castillo made a last-second decision to swing and fight it off and fouls it away to the right side to keep this at-bat alive. So the first 2 went down quick, but Castillo putting together a battle. And the battle continues. 3 balls, 2 strikes here with 2 outs. Nobody on here in the top of the first inning. Atticus Iraney would be next. He's waiting on deck. We'll see him toe the rubber in the bottom of the first inning. Brateris comes set. The payoff pitch. Called for strike 3. Brateris catches the zone on a breaking ball and retires the side. We go to the bottom of the first, no score, a clean inning of work for Kale Brateris.
Leading off the second baseman, number 27, Griffin Carney.
Griffin Carney will lead things off for Fort Worth Christian here in the bottom of the first inning. Kale Brateris retires the side in order, finishes off the top of the first with a strikeout. Through 14 pitches in that top of the first, 11 of them went for strikes. As Atticus Iraney works out of the windup, and the first misses upstairs to Griffin Carney. Had a pair of hits yesterday in the doubleheader, went 2 for 6 overall. The table setter for Rusty Greer's lineup, the 1-0. And that's up and in, hits Carney, he'll get aboard. So the first base runner of the evening comes in the bottom of the first on a hit by pitch. Griffin Carney granted first base as It sailed away up and in to the right-handed hitting second baseman, who has plenty of speed on the base paths. And Grady Emerson up to the plate. Paces the squad with 8 hits in 15 at-bats through 6 games this season. And runner is off in Carney. Throw down to second. And not in time. Griffin Carney swipes second base. So immediately in scoring position for Grady Emerson, who's already driven in 5 runs on the young season. He went 6 for 7 yesterday with 3 extra base hits, 3 runs driven in, and 3 runs scored in the 2 games. The 1-0, Carney off again, and he steals third as well. So Carney advancing to third base as the first 2 miss outside the zone. And now Grady Emerson in a position to drive in the game's first run. Leads the team with 5 RBIs and has a chance for another here. The first 2 have missed outside the zone. That tails away, catches the outer half, and it's a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Here to Grady Emerson. Hitting .533, 8 for 15. A bulk of that work yesterday with his 6 for 7 effort. And the 2-1. Low and outside, 3 balls and a strike. As Griffin Carney was hit to begin this inning. Steals second. Steals third. He's got 6 stolen bases on the year. And the second time he's got aboard to begin a ball game and then steals second and third in short order. That's roped to center field by Grady Emerson. That'll score a run for the Cardinals. They're on top 1-0. And Grady Emerson
the center fielder, number 17,
continues his hot streak, driving in Griffin Carney on an RBI single to center field. That brings up Braylon James. Emerson off. It was a pitch out. Throw down to second, and Emerson in there safely. So the Cardinals running rampant on the base paths here to begin this ball game. Already 3 swiped bags in as many opportunities as Braylon James hits with a 1-0 count. We get another look at the jump from Emerson. Goes immediately on the kick and slides in safely. Jagger Webb was there looking to make the tag, but Emerson navigates. And that's his 5th stolen base of the season. Carney now up to 6 as he stole second and third and was driven home by the Emerson RBI single. That ball lifted towards center. Miles Sutphin is under it, and he grabs it. Emerson advancing from second to third, and he's safe in time. So Emerson advances. The first out of the inning is a fly out to center. Close play made at third. But Emerson there in time.
The third baseman,
catches
number 7, Jake Parkerson.
The ball in the outfield on the relay to third, and a great look there. It's Emerson who slides in headfirst in time. And so a productive out for Braylon James, and it brings up the hot-hitting Jake Parkerson. And the first misses upstairs outside the zone. Parkerson, 6 hits and 13 at-bats so far this season for the senior. It's called for a strike. A ball and a strike the count with Grady Emerson at third base. He's scored 5 runs this season. That is painted on the outer half. Called for a strike as Atticus Iraney gets ahead of the cleanup man, Jake Parkerson. Really nice location on the outer half to the right-handed hitting third baseman, Jake Parkerson. The 1-2. count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Carney's now scored 6 runs in the midst of the 7th game of the season. He's been productive atop the order. Getting aboard any way he can, a pair of walks drawn. He was hit by pitch to begin this game the second time. He's been plunked as that's fought off. It will stay 2 balls and 2 strikes. Parkerson, 6 hits, second best on the team, only to Grady Emerson, who now has 9 hits in 16 at-bats. He stands on second, drove in Griffin Carney for the game's first run. But Parkerson had a massive day yesterday in the doubleheader sweep for Fort Worth Christian. Had 3 hits, including a double. Also drove in 2 runs and scored a run across the 2 games. And it's a full count. Atticus Irani working with Hudson Wurtzema behind the plate. That's the battery. Castillo and Webb on the left side. Benitez and Barber on the right side of the infield. And the 3-2. Doesn't break into the zone. It's a free pass. Runners on the corners with 1 out in the bottom of the first inning as Jake Parkerson draws a walk, and it'll bring up the catcher, Hank Austin.
The catcher, number 1, Hank Austin.
So Hank Austin, the senior catcher, went 1 for 5 in the doubleheader yesterday. First pitch swinging, fouls it away. And so an 0-1 count here to Hank Austin. Had his first hit of the season against Cornerstone in the second of the doubleheader yesterday. It was a single that drove in a run. Irani checking on the runners on the corners. Count even, a ball and a strike, the count. Isaac Zebazinski, Miles Sutphin, and Stone Garcia from left to right in the outfield for the Angels. Down and out. Big swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. With runners on the corners, Grady Emerson at third. He drove in Griffin Carney, who led off the inning, getting on via a hit by pitch. And the 2-2. That's spiked to the backstop. Emerson stays put at third. However, it's Parkerson who advances to second on the wild pitch, which puts it at a full count. So second and third with 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out in the bottom of the first inning. The big right-hander comes set. Kicks and delivers. Hank Austin lifts that out to left field. It's caught. Emerson tagging from third. He comes across to score. And so a sacrifice fly RBI, the second consecutive game with a run driven in for Hank Austin. He's retired, but a productive at-bat. Jake Parkerson stays put at second, but it's a 2-0 lead for Fort Worth Christian. 2 outs, 1 on for Antonio Andujar, the senior first baseman. Irani bends one into the strike zone to get ahead of Andujar. check on Parkerson. That's foul tipped. 0-2 count here to Antonio Andujar with 2 out and 1 aboard.
0-2, play.
And the 0-2. Up and in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's the count to the senior first baseman, who's been productive at the plate this season. 5 hits in 12 at-bats, hitting .417. And the 1-2. Andujar pops it up, giving some chase, but hits off the netting into the glove of Hudson Wartsema, keeping it at a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Andujar had a big effort in the victory over St. Michael's. Had 4 hits through the first 4 games of the season. Then yesterday had 1 base hit in 5 at-bats. It was a single. And he fouls it off once again. Count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jake Parkerson, the runner at second base, reached on a walk. Here in a 2-0 ball game, the Cardinals jumping out in front. Here in this first inning, all started with a hit by pitch. And the 1-2 up and in, and Parkerson advancing to third as it scooted away from Wartsema out of his reach, and it evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. With 2 outs here in the bottom of the first and 2 already across for Fort Worth Christian. But Parkerson advancing to third after the wild pitch. The 2-2. Above the zone, so 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And the full count offering awaiting Antonio Andujar. And it's fouled back. Andujar battling as this Cardinals roster has. Started with a hit by pitch, followed by a Grady Emerson RBI single. And Braylon James flew out to center, a productive out though as it advanced Emerson from second to third. Parkerson walked. And that's in there for strike 3. So Atticus Irani catches Antonio Andujar looking. We go to the second. The Cardinals lead by 2.
I am Jesse Hagan, and TNS Products is proud to support Cardinal Athletics. We have provided paper and composite tubes, cores, and cans, edge wrap, and other packaging materials to over 10,000 customers for almost 40 years. My wife Charlie and I, and our girls Lauren, Peyton, and Kaylee are proud to be FWC Cardinals.
Draftline Sports Management is taking recruiting and NIL to the next level. With over 50+ years of experience and athlete representation, we set the standard for maximizing value and creating opportunities. Draftline Sports Management is where the future signs first.
My name is Jason Weber, and our companies, JWC General Contractors and 88's Disaster Restoration, are proud corporate sponsors of Fort Worth Christian. My wife Jamie and our son Aiden and I love being a part of the Cardinal family. We believe in the mission and vision of FWC, and we know how important it is to support the Cardinal experience. JWC provides exceptional residential and commercial roofing, while ADH offers comprehensive disaster restoration. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me directly about how we can serve you. From our family to yours, go Cards!
Kale Brateris beginning his second inning of work. And the lefty delivers. And the first misses outside the zone, facing 4, 5, and 6 in the order for the Angels. Atticus Irani up to the plate now. And Brateris well above the zone, 2-0 count. Here to Atticus Irani, who had to work on the hill. Needed 31 pitches to record 3 outs in the bottom of the first. The 2-0. Swing and a miss. The lefty getting back in the zone. It's a 2-1 count. On the other hand, Kale Brateris, he only needed 14 pitches to retire the side in order. In the first inning, however, falls behind 3 balls and a strike. Here to Irani leading off this top of the second inning, trying to get aboard for the Angels and help his own cause on the mound. That's called a strike. The upper portion of the zone, the left-hander able to grab it and run the count full. Austin setting up behind the plate. Brateris kicks, delivers, and misses outside. And perhaps a little bit upstairs, but it affords a base runner. Atticus Irani reaching base on the free pass, and so the pitcher represents the first base runner of the evening for the Angels. And Isaac Zebazinski, the left fielder, comes up to the plate. As the leadoff man reaches on a walk, that was some of the struggles Kale Brateris had in his 2 shutout innings last Saturday. But he fires it back into the zone to get ahead of Isaac Zebazinski. The left fielder swings it from the right side. Irani with the lead at first base. The slide step to the plate. He has Zebazinski tardy. It's an 0-2 count. Brateris up and out. Not a bad spot on 0-2, but doesn't get Zebazinski to chase. A ball and 2 strikes the count. With nobody out, here in the top of the second, Zebazinski granted time. Here in the Private School Classic from North Richland Hills, Texas at Fort Worth Christian. A 2-0 lead for the Cardinals. Brateris comes home. Zebazinski lays off, evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here on the top of the second of a 2-0 ball game. Brateris, in his 2 shutout innings, needed 46 pitches, did issue 3 walks, trying to work around a leadoff walk here in the second in his first outing. That's it towards left center field. Braylon James shades over to make the play. And there's 1 out here in the top of the second inning. The fly out to center. And the rangy James makes the grab. Hudson Wurtzema now digs in as the Angels are trying to manufacture something after drawing a leadoff walk. Irani with the lead at first. Brateris, first offering, swing and a miss. It tails away from the right-handed hitting catcher in Wurtzema. Good change of pace to get a swing and a miss over the top as it tails away. Brateris for the 0-1 pitch. He kicks and deals another swing and a miss. Good swing and miss stuff, showcasing early on in the outing. from Kale Brateris, ahead 0-2. Another 0-2 pitch where Brateris goes outside the zone, doesn't get the chase from Wurtzema. Had a similar situation to Isaac Zebazinski, was ahead in the count. He laid off, ultimately flew out to center. And the 1-2. Called strike 3. So a backward strikeout for Kale Brateris for the second out here in the top of the second inning. And that brings up the first baseman, Jack Barber, with 2 down in the top of inning number 2. As Barber works here against Kale Brateris. Up and out, 1-0 count here to Barber. A ball and a strike, a swing and a miss by Barber. The runner at first is Atticus Irani. Got aboard to begin this inning on a bases on balls. Brateris fires it back in the zone. The third consecutive hitter, he's gotten to 2 strikes. He put the last 2 away, a fly out, then a backward strikeout. And Brateris, the 1-2. In there, strike 3. The lefty cruising through 2. He's got 3 punch-outs through 2 shutout. And the Cardinals come to the plate in the bottom of the second next.
Number 9, Andrew Ridgel.
7, 8, and 9 scheduled to hit to begin the bottom of the second. Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio. And Fort Worth Christian leading 2-0. And the bottom of inning number 2 starts with a called strike as Atticus Irani begins his second inning of work. And he fires a pair of strikes to start this frame. Working against Andrew Ridgel. Went 1 for 2 yesterday, 3 for 5 in total on the season. And the 0-2 fouled away. Iraney really had to work in that first inning. Threw 31 pitches, then drew a free pass to begin last half inning. But was stranded out on the base paths. The breaking ball fouled straight back as the count remains. No balls, 2 strikes here to Andrew Ridgel. And 3 hits in 5 at-bats. One of them has gone for extra bases in the form of a double. Has a run driven in, 3 runs scored, 4 walks through 9 appearances at the plate. And the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Atticus Iraney starts off this inning with a strikeout. It's how he ended the first inning, catching Antonio Andujar looking. And that brings up Jacob Ward. The freshman starting out in right field, hitting in the 8th spot in the order. And nicely drawn up breaking ball there by the right-hander to get ahead. So he makes work of Ridgel with the strikeout. That's how he ended last inning. Gets ahead here to Ward, and the 0-1. It's popped up out in center. Miles Sutton calls everybody off, and 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the second for Atticus Iraney. He now faces Harry Alsop.
Harry Alsop.
Harry Alsop. Only a pair of plate appearances on the season. He's 0 for 1. Drew a walk. Also struck out in his 2 plate appearances. Those both came in a matchup against St. Michael's last weekend. Hitting in the 9th spot in the order with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Iraney gets Alsop half swinging but fouls it back. A ball and a strike the count. The right-hander getting ready for his 41st offering of the evening. He kicks and delivers. Fires it in for a strike. So the right-hander looking much sharper, getting off on the right foot here in the second inning, trying to retire the side in order. And the 1-2. Called for strike 3. So an efficient inning of work for Atticus Iraney with a pair of strikeouts. We go to the third. Cardinals lead 2-0.
I'm Stacy Pearson, and at Pearson Air, we believe in helping people with everything we do. We have been leaders in the multifamily HVAC industry since 1982, serving Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, and Denver. Uncompromised honesty, disciplined integrity, unequal value, and godly generosity are our core values. Check us out online at pearsonair.com. Now come on, Cardinal Nation, let's go.
Hi, I'm Spencer Perkins with Streamline Landscape. We're excited to be a corporate partner and the official landscape provider for Fort Worth Christian School. Streamline is a full-service residential and commercial landscaping company. It will be our pleasure to work with you to achieve your outdoor living space, just like we've done at the Hagen's home. Go to streamlinelc.com and we can get you a free quote today. Go Cards!
I am Jesse Hagan, and TNS Products is proud to support Cardinal Athletics. We have provided paper and composite tubes, cores, and cans, edge wrap, and other packaging materials to over 10,000 customers for almost 40 years. My wife Charlie and I, and our girls Lauren, Peyton, and Kaylee are proud to be FWC Cardinals.
A 2-0 lead for the Cardinals as we start inning number 3. Noah Benitez coming up to the plate. 8, 9, and 1 scheduled to hit for HSAA here in the top of the third. First one up and out. Noah Benitez. Kale Brateris, 34 pitches so far. Through 2 innings of work, no hits allowed, 3 strikeouts, and a walk. There is a ball pulled foul. Would have been good for extra bases if Benitez could have kept it fair. But it's pulled into foul territory out in left field. And so we'll go down as allowed strike 1, the count even. A ball and a strike here to the second baseman wearing number 77. Two balls and a strike here to Noah Benitez. Even count. Another foul tip. Count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Good battle to begin this top of the third inning. Noah Benitez, Stone Garcia, and Miles Sutphin due up here in the top of the third. Cardinals leading 2-0. Scored both of those runs in the first inning. Retakes swinging strike 3 on a beautiful breaking ball. And it's Hank Austin who throws it down to Antonio Andujar to complete the strikeout. That's 3 punch-outs in a row for Kale Brateris. He retired the final 2 in the second, both via the looking strikeout. And right there, buries a breaking ball to get Benitez swinging. So 3 strikeouts in a row and 4 total through 2 1/3 for the left-hander who faces Stone Garcia with 1 out. Up and out. Here to the right fielder. Swings it from the right side, top of the order. Waiting on deck. Brateris. He spikes it, first 2. Miss outside the zone. 2 balls, no strikes here with 1 out. Nobody on in the top of the third inning. And Garcia at the plate. The 2-0. Driven well to left. Harry Alsup is back on it and makes the grab. Stone Garcia out of the 9th spot of the order gave the 2-0 pitch a ride, but his left fielder, Harry Alsup, is there to make the catch, and there's 2 outs. You perhaps see a little bit of a change out of the outfield for Fort Worth Christian. Ward out in right, Harry Alsup, who just made the play there, out in left, as Jackson Castleberry not in the lineup today, a little banged up. As that is a check swing, foul ball in front of the Cardinals dugout. It's an 0-1 count here with 2 down. And nobody on in the top of the third. 5 straight retired for the left-hander Brateris. He's worked through the order 1 time and has allowed just 1 base runner. But he misses above the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. So through the order one time, 4 strikeouts, no hits, no runs, just 1 walk. The lone base runner, that was to lead off the second. But now he's retired 5 in a row. Missing high, 2 balls and a strike. The count to Miles Sutphin. He began this game, first pitch swinging, popped it up on the infield, and Jake Parkerson, the third baseman, was there to make the grab. Brateris almost catching the zone, just low and out. 3 balls and a strike. Those low pitches haven't been called, but the ones upstairs have been friendly to the arms through the early going. 3-1. That's upstairs, ball 4. So the second base runner comes with 2 outs in the top of the third. Second base runner of the ball game for the Angels. First one was a walk to lead off the second. And one right here with 2 outs in the third, another free pass. It brings up Jagger Webb, the shortstop. And a check at first. Jagger Webb flew out to right field on an 0-2 pitch in the first inning. Brateris sees first pitch swinging, and it drops in the triangle out in the outfield. Quickly up to shoot it to third is Parkerson, and it goes out of play. An unfortunate series of events for the Cardinals as it drops in the Bermuda Triangle between the center fielder, Braylon James, the right fielder, Jacob Ward, and the second baseman, Griffin Carney. And quickly coming up, shooting it to third, it gets beyond Parkerson. So that puts runners on second and third. Here with 2 outs, and now the umpires come together to have a conversation about this one. And they award Miles Sutphin home. So it's now a 2-1 ball game. And a visit upcoming as John Hampton makes a visit. So after Kale Brateris retired the first 2 in this inning, got a strikeout, which at the time was his 3rd in a row, then has a fly out to left on a 2-0 pitch that was struck pretty well. He walks Miles Sutphin. And then Jagger Webb puts the ball in play, goes down as a single, a pop fly single out to center field. But then, coming up shooting from the outfield, Braylon James throws it to third. It gets behind Parkerson. And on that same air, Jagger Webb not only advances to second on the air, but Miles Sutphin awarded the extra base and gets to go home. And that's how we have a 2-1 score. So Webb credited with the single on the pop fly to center. Sutphin scores on the overthrow of the air when the ball went out of play. And now the first one to Colson Castillo misses outside. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Jagger Webb, the runner at second. He was first pitch swinging, and the pop fly drops in the outfield and ultimately allows the first run for the Angels of the game to score. And now Brateris, after the mound visit, tries to work out of this trouble. Lays a breaker right into the zone. Here to Colson Castillo. He was caught looking on strike 3 to end the first inning, now up for a second time. But it dropped in between Ward, James, and Carney, and James came up throwing to third. It got behind Parkerson, going down as an error on the Cardinals defensively and allowing Sutphin to score with 2 outs in the third. Big secondary there for Jagger Webb as Colson Castillo watches it outside the zone. Two balls and a strike in a 1-run ball game. Another great breaker right in the zone. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The command for Kale Brateris with the breaking balls and the off-speed pitches to right-handed hitters has been effective. Catching them looking, he has 3 backward strikeouts. As he's set to deliver the 2-2, time is granted. He steps off. With a 2-ball, 2-strike count, 2 outs, a runner at second in a 2-1 ball game. In the top of the third, the Angels taking advantage of a bloop single to center, followed by an error. That's grounded to third. Parkerson bobbles it, recovers, but no throw. That allows Jagger Webb to advance to third. Colson Castillo will get aboard at first as the inning continues on another defensive miscue.
The pitcher, number 10, Atticus Irani.
Atticus Irani coming up to the plate. And it tails away. Brateris with good run off the plate. Irani couldn't catch it. And it's a swing and a miss. 0-1 count. Runners on the corners here with 2 down in the top of the third. Brateris kicks, deals. Tries to go to the same location, but this time the right-hander lays off. So the Angels creating some traffic on the base paths in this inning. A bloop single, a walk, an error on a throw in center, an error also at third base to extend the inning. And the 1-1. It's a foul ball. Started with a strikeout. Then Garcia flew out. That was the 8th and 9th hitter. But then Brateris facing the lineup for a second time. The leadoff man with 2 outs. Miles Sutphin walks and then scores after Jagger Webb singles to center. And center fielder Braylon James has a throw that gets beyond Parkerson. And the umpires came together and awarded Sutphin home. As that's whipped down the left field line, 1 run will come across to score. They're waving home another, a relay to the plate, and it's in time. What a relay home to retire the side. We remain tied as we go to the bottom of the third, but it's a brand new ball game here from Ket Korton Field on Tradio. We get another look at the replay, sending Castillo home. And the catcher, Hank Austin, receives the ball in front of home plate, gathers, and applies the tag just in time. What a great shot on the replay. What a way to end last half inning. Harry Alsop to Grady Emerson all the way home to Hank Austin. Beautiful relay that keeps the game tied. However, it's Atticus Iraney who has the double, drives in Jagger Webb to tie the ball game. Webb had that single that produced a run with Miles Sutton after a throwing error. Another error on the infield kept the inning alive. And then Iraney credited with the double and the RBI. However, it was then Castillo who was out trying to score and give the Angels the lead. Good relay from Alsop to Emerson, home there to Austin, who applied the tag, and we showed you the replay before we went to break. Griffin Carney begins the bottom of the third with a base hit as he rips it through the left side, so the Cardinals right back to it on the offensive side as they have their second turn through the order. The leadoff man, Griffin Carney, aboard for a second time. He led off the first inning being hit by pitch, came across to score after stealing second and third on a Grady Emerson, the man at the plate now, RBI single. Emerson with the open stance. A pitch out. Carney staying put at first, but known to run. Swiped 2 bags in the first inning, up to 6 on the season. It's Grady Emerson. 7 hits in his last 8 at-bats. Not too shabby for the shortstop. And he takes for a strike. 1-1 count as Atticus Iraney working on the rubber after he doubled to end last inning, tying the ball game at 2. A check on Carney. He's back in time. Known to run, though. Had a pair of stolen bases, second and third in the first inning. And he's off here. It's low. Throw down to second. Not in time for Griffin Carney. His third stolen base of the evening. And it sets up a hitter-friendly count for Grady Emerson. He is 9 for 16 on the season and 7 hits in his last 8 at-bats. Tearing it up here in the Private School Classic. A friendly 2-1 count. Here to Emerson, who takes outside. 3 balls and a strike. Here to the outstanding left-handed hitting shortstop. Signed to play at Texas, but expected to go very high in the upcoming MLB draft. With a 3-1 count, Iraney trying to work around the leadoff single by Carney, who now stands at second. And Emerson watches ball 4, well outside. He'll take the free base. Runners on first and second here for Braylon James, who flew out to center. In his first at-bat, it allowed at the time Grady Emerson to advance from second to third. And so Braylon James, the senior center fielder, up here in a tie game in the bottom of the third with 2 aboard as the first 2 have reached. And now it's Carney caught in the middle, and he'll run to second. Getting in the rundown, Emerson gets to second, and he tries to continue the rundown, being chased and diving into third, tagged out by the pitcher himself, Atticus Iraney. So that's the first out of the inning. Good heads-up play by the right-hander, a man known to run quite often, caught in the middle there in the rundown. As we take another look, Castillo chasing him down, got in the rundown long enough to keep a runner in scoring position for Fort Worth Christian as Grady Emerson gets to second, but he's tagged out by the right-handed arm, Atticus Irani, for the first out of the inning. So a heads-up play made by the Angels to get the first out, but still a man in scoring position for the third hitter in the order in Braylon James. As it's a 1-0 count here with one down. And the speedy Grady Emerson at second. Irani wants a peek at him as well. Emerson, he swiped 5 bags on the year, including one tonight. It's up and out to James. So after Griffin Carney, he steals 3 bases tonight, but also caught out on the base paths for the first out here in this inning. As Braylon James works with a 2-0 count. Another check. Emerson able to get back in time with no throw as James at the plate. 4 for 16 on the year. He watches it outside, a 3-0 count. Inning started with a Griffin Carney single. Grady Emerson walked. You had runners on first and second. Carney, though, caught in the rundown, tagged out by the pitcher, Atticus Irani, to conclude a rundown at third base. But a 3-0 count. Swinging and ripping it through the left side is Braylon James coming across to score. Grady Emerson, he slides in time, and the Cardinals take a 3-2 lead on an RBI single from Braylon James. Good piece of hitting for James. 3-0 count. The Cardinals want to be aggressive. We saw a couple 3-0 green lights in the first weekend of the season. You see it right there as well, as it causes a mound visit here. Braylon James had 1 hit in 5 at-bats yesterday. That's his 5th hit of the season and his 17th at-bat on the campaign. Drives in his 4th run of the year. He had a pair of doubles and 3 runs driven in against the Crusaders last weekend in the second game of the season. And a go-ahead RBI single with 1 out. Braylon James doing a good job.
The third baseman, number 7, Jake Parkerson.
So Jake Parkerson up at the plate with a runner at first, 1 out for the cleanup man. Runner is off in Braylon James, and he's there in time. Cardinals aggressive on the base paths. Both pitchers starting to keep an eye on the count of the pitches. 53 now for the right-hander. And Atticus Irani, as we glance at the stolen base, James with a good jump slides into the bag as that ball is pulled foul. Good piece, but out in front of it is Parkerson. 1 ball, 1 strike the count here with 1 out and 1 on. Braylon James at second after the stolen base. So pitch number 55 upcoming from Irani. 57 already tossed on the other side for Kale Brateris for the Cardinals, but they've retaken the lead after surrendering 2 runs last inning. Called for a strike. But Braylon James on a 3-0 count has the green light and has the single to drive in Grady Emerson and give Fort Worth Christian a 3-2 lead. Swing and a miss. Irani pulls the string. Parkerson retired on strikes, and there's 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Brings up Hank Austin, who had a productive at-bat in his first trip to the plate in the first inning. It was a sacrifice fly, driving in a run in the first. And he lifts this towards left once again. But Zebazinski is there, and the side is retired. We go to the fourth. The Cardinals regain the lead on a Braylon James RBI single here on Tradio.
I am Jesse Hagan, and TNS Products is proud to support Cardinal Athletics. We have provided paper and composite tubes, cores, and cans, edge wrap, and other packaging materials to over 10,000 customers for almost 40 years. My wife Charlie and I, and our girls Lauren, Peyton, and Kaylee are proud to be FWC Cardinals.
My name is Jason Weber, and our company's JWC General Contractors and 88's Disaster.
Draftline Sports Management is taking recruiting and NIL to the next level. With over 50+ years of experience and athlete representation, we set the standard for maximizing value and creating opportunities. Draftline Sports Management is where the future signs first.
My name is Jason Weber, and our company's JWC General Contractors and 88's Disaster Restoration are proud corporate sponsors of Fort Worth Christian. My wife Jamie and our son Aiden and I love being a part of the Cardinal family. We believe in the mission and vision of FWC, and we know how important it is to support the Cardinal experience. JWC provides exceptional residential and commercial roofing, while ADH offers comprehensive disaster restoration. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me directly about how we can serve you. From our family to yours, go Cards!
Welcome back to Cardinal Baseball Live here on Tradio. A 3-2 ball game, back and forth. The Cardinals jumped out in front, a 2-0 lead in the first inning. However, the Angels came back top of the third, tied up the ball game. The would-be go-ahead run thrown out at the plate to end the top of the third, and then Braylon James on a 3-0 pitch drives in Grady Emerson last half inning to give the Cardinals a 3-2 lead. New arm into the ballgame for Fort Worth Christian. It's Blaine McDonald, the junior right-hander, working here against Isaac Zebazinski. He flew out to center in his first at-bat as McDonald has an even count to the left fielder. So the line done for Brateris. Now it's off to the righty, and that's fouled out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Isaac Zebazinski. Blaine McDonald went 2 1/3 through 33 pitches and picked up the win, allowing just 1 hit and no runs. Had a pair of walks and a strikeout in his outing against St. Michael's last Saturday. Again, through 33 pitches in that outing of 2 1/3 scoreless ball, allowing just 1 hit. And now called out of the bullpen in a close game. Grounded to Parkerson at third across the diamond in time. And McDonald starts his outing with a ground ball to the left side. And there's 1 gone here in the top of the fourth. It brings up Hudson Wurtzema, who was caught looking in the second.
The catcher, number 12, Hudson Wortham.
So the final line for Kale Brateris, the junior left-hander. He goes 3 innings, throws 57 pitches, 35 of them for strikes. Squaring around a bunt, though, it's McDonald on the hop. He throws it to first in time, and there's 2 outs. So McDonald, who was effective out of the bullpen against St. Michael's, as we get another look at the pitcher hopping off the rubber and throwing it down to first in time as the catcher, Hudson Wortham, is trying to bunt for a single. He's called out for out number 2. But McDonald effective in relief, picking up the win against St. Michael's, 2 1/3 of scoreless ball. He's now coming out of the bullpen in a high-leverage spot, 1-run game, trying to protect the lead that the Cardinals just regained last half inning on a Braylon James go-ahead RBI single through the right side. But he's retired. The first 2 out of the pen. Only needing 6 pitches to do it. So McDonald has looked good as he faces Jack Barber here with 2 outs. Quick communication between McDonald and Austin, and he fires that missing for a ball. The second appearance of the young season for the junior righty. McDonald spots up. A ball and a strike the count here to Jack Barber. McDonald trying to retire the side in order. And it's fouled away. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Up and in, makes it a 2-ball, 2-strike count to Jack Barber, who was called out on strikes in the second. Runs the count full. Barber draws a walk. So Blaine McDonald will try to work around a 2-out free pass here in the top of the 4th inning. Brings up Noah Benitez. The second baseman struck out swinging to begin the 3rd inning. Watches a strike here in his second at-bat. Really nice offering there by the right-hander McDonald to get ahead. Noah Benitez at the plate. Jack Barber, the runner at first, drawing the free pass. A ball and a strike the count. The 1-1 fouled away. Blaine McDonald facing the 8th hitter in the order, Noah Benitez. He's 0 for 1 today in a 1-run ball game, trying to work around a 2-out walk. Check at first. It's Barber with the lead at first base. And Benitez swings and misses. McDonald with the punch out and a clean inning of work in his first out of the bullpen. We go to the bottom of the 4th. The Cardinals lead by a run here on Tradio.
The Cardinals, the first baseman, number 33, Antonio Andahar.
We begin the bottom of the 4th inning. Antonio Andahar, swing and a miss to begin this frame as he leads things off for Fort Worth Christian, leading 3-2. Looking for their 4th win in a row. Andahar watches the first, or swings at the first, watches the second, down to the count 0-2. Andahar now watches that, up and in. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Here to the Cardinals' first baseman. And a swing and a miss on the bender. Antonio Andahar retired on strikes for the 2nd time this evening in as many trips to the plate. It brings up Andrew Ridgel.
The designated hitter, number 9, Andrew Ridgel.
And so Atticus Irani's been battling out on the hill this evening. A lot of credit to the big right-hander. Now gone 3 1/3. He's registered now his 5th strikeout as that's fouled away to the right side. Andrew Ridgel at the plate. He struck out swinging, one of the 5 strikeout victims tonight against Irani. Ridgel watches that. Spin outside the zone. A ball and a strike here in the bottom of the 4th inning. With 1 out. That one bends, but not into the zone as well. A couple of hooks that Ridgel watches outside the zone. Ahead in the count now is the designated hitter. And again, he stays with the bat on the shoulder, laying off on a pitch well out of the zone, low and outside. 3 balls and a strike. Zyrani has thrown 65 pitches. And he fires pitch number 66 into the zone to run the count full against the 7th hitter in the order. It's the Cardinals have a swing and a miss there by Ridgel. Well, it's Irani's definitely settled in this outing. Really tough to get out on the bump. And the first batter you see, you plunk. That's what happened to Griffin Carney. And before he could get settled in, Carney, and this is in the first inning, is on third base. He stole second, stole third. That story developed later on in the game, as Irani misses the first to Jacob Ward, because Carney then got aboard his second time on a single, stole second, but was caught out in between second and third in the third. Slow and outside, 2-0 count. Not missing by much on the fastball. But Carney caught out in between second and third in the third. However, Grady Emerson was able to score on a Braylon James RBI single to make it 3-2. That in the bottom of the third. The score remains the same now. And that pitch a little upstairs, but called for a strike here to Jacob Ward, who flew out to center. 2 balls and a strike the count. Ward 0 for 1. Lays off there, a 3-ball, 1-strike count. So Irani trying to complete 4 innings of work. He's allowed 3 hits and 3 earned, 6 punch-outs though, and just 2 walks, the 3-1. Will make it 3 walks as he's unable to find the zone there on a pretty good-looking offering.
For the Cardinals, number 38, Hunter Hampton.
And so now Hunter Hampton will come up to the plate, pinch hitting in the spot of Harry Alsop. So with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th, Rusty Greer making his second move. The first, was to change pitchers, and he went to Blaine McDonald. Who had an efficient inning of work last half inning in his first inning of relief after Kale Brateris worked 3 innings and allowed 2 runs, neither earned though against the lefty. And then McDonald throws a shutout inning. And that's hit through the left side. Runners on first and second here with 2 outs. And that puts it back to the top of the order. And so a nice piece of hitting by Hampton to hit it through the left side. But that's the end of the line for Atticus Irani. New arm will come into the game. Chasing him out of the ball game was a nice knock by Hampton to get the job done and extend the line here in the 4th. It's a Hunter Hampton single to left. So with 2 on here in the bottom of the 4th inning, runners on first and second. Atticus Irani pulled from the ball game as he was getting ready to face the Cardinals' order for a third time, as Fort Worth Christian now has the top of the order up. And Griffin Carney, the leadoff man, will be the first to face the new arm for the Angels in West Armstrong. The junior right-hander delivering his warm-up tosses. The final pitch count for Irani, 74 pitches, 40 went for strikes, faced 18 batters. He worked 3 2/3, allowed 4 hits and 3 runs with 6 strikeouts and 3 walks, but his line not finished yet. He's responsible for the runners on first and second. But it'll be West Armstrong for the Angels now into the game. If you're just joining us, this game started with the Cardinals jumping out in front in the bottom of the first. Griffin Carney got aboard on a hit by pitch. Grady Emerson drove him in. He came across to score himself as well on a sacrifice fly. That lead remained 2-0 until in the third inning, it was Atticus Irani who hit a double to tie the game, and the Angels sent another runner home, but a good relay from the left fielder Alsup to Grady Emerson, home to Hank Austin, tied out the would-be at the time go-ahead runner. And then in the bottom of the third, with the score tied at 2, Braylon James hit a ball on a 3-0 count to right field to score Grady Emerson. We've had that score since, but a threat in the works now. You've got the top of the order up, and Griffin Carney, who watches the first outside the zone. You've got Jacob Ward right there at second, reached on a walk, and now Hunter Hampton, who came in to pinch hit for Harry Alsup, at first base. And Griffin Carney at the plate against the new arm into the game, West Armstrong. 2-0 count here to Griffin Carney. He's been aboard twice in this game. Was hit in the first, came across to score, singled in the third, and then was cut off the base paths after he had already swiped 3 bags. Atticus Irani picked him off after a short rundown. And Carney watches that one, called for a strike on the inner portion of the zone to the right-handed hitting second baseman, Griffin Carney. 2-1 count here with 2 down and 2 aboard. And Carney rounds it hard to short. Jagger Webb flips it off to Noah Benitez, and that retires the side. So the Cardinals got a couple on with 2 outs, can't do anything with it as we continue here from Keck Horton Field on Tradio.
I'm Stacy Pearson, and at Pearson Air, we believe in helping people with everything we do. We have been leaders in the multifamily HVAC industry since 1982, serving Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, and Denver. Uncompromised honesty, disciplined integrity, unequal value, and godly generosity are our core values. Check us out online at pearsonair.com. Now come on, Cardinal Nation, let's go.
Hi, I'm Spencer Perkins with Streamline Landscape. We're excited to be a corporate partner and the official landscape provider for Fort Worth Christian School. Streamline is a full-service residential and commercial landscaping company. It will be our pleasure to work with you to achieve your outdoor living space, just like we've done at the Hagen's home. Go to streamlinelc.com and we can get you a free quote today. Go Cards!
I am Jesse Hagan, and TNS Products is proud to support Cardinal Athletics. We have provided paper and composite tubes, cores, and cans, edge wrap, and other packaging materials to over 10,000 customers for almost 40 years. My wife Charlie and I, and our girls Lauren, Peyton, and Kaylee are proud to be FWC Cardinals.
We're back to action. It's Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio. Big thanks to Tim Polster, our technical director and producer, doing a fantastic job. Trey Bell also here with us as well. I'm Will Connerly. Happy you're joining us here on Tradio. Top of the fifth inning. The second inning of relief for Blaine McDonald. A 3-2 lead for Fort Worth Christian. Taking that lead on a Braylon James RBI single. Will that be enough? As we start the fifth inning with the ball upstairs to the ninth hitter in the order, Stone Garcia. He flew out to left in his first step. That calls for time. Solid inning of relief for McDonald. Mentioned he had a great effort last weekend picking up the win in relief. And has Garcia well tardy on that one to even the count at a ball and a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike as we begin the top of the fifth inning, a 1-run ball game. McDonald paints the outer half with the heat to make it a ball and 2 strikes. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors. On the side of the Angels, the Cardinals with 3 runs, 4 hits, they've committed 2 errors. And that's called for strike 3. 1 gone here in the top of the fifth. McDonald with a pair of punch-outs through an inning and a third out of the bullpen so far. And Miles Sutphin comes up to the plate. Popped out on the first pitch of the game to the third baseman, Jake Parkerson. He walked and came around to score, though, in that 2-run third inning for the Angels. That is when the 2 errors were committed by Fort Worth Christian. Both errors certainly aided in the run scoring for the Angels. One on the infield by Parkerson, and one in the outfield by James on an overthrow that actually awarded the Angels a run in the form of Miles Sutphin, who's at the plate now, hitting with a 1 ball, 1 strike count with 1 out, nobody on in the top of the fifth inning. Just 2 hits so far today for the Angels. They take that up and out, 2 balls and a strike. The count, the hits coming from Jagger Webb, that bloop single out to the outfield that ultimately allowed a run to score on an overthrow from James to third. Getting it back into the infield, it's a 3-1 count as that goes to the backstop. And then the other hit also came in that third, and it was a consequential one on the side of the Cardinals because Atticus Irani, who walked in the second, then in the third roped a double down the left field line and tied the game, but it also ended the inning. A great relay. Gunned down the would-be go-ahead run, so the score remained tied at 2 until Braylon James gave the Cardinals a 3-2 lead. With a 3-0 RBI single. The count being 3-0, but he had the green light, and it paid off at the time in the bottom of the third. So Fort Worth Christian jumped out in front of the first. They have not trailed in this game. Blaine McDonald, the payoff pitch, hit towards center. Braylon James back on it. And he makes the grab. Two down here in the fifth inning. McDonald really effective out of the bullpen so far. He's commanded the fastball. Primarily to the glove side for the right-hander. And the junior now works against the shortstop, Jagger Webb. Watches it up and in. Webb flew out to right his first time up, but then had the bloop single followed by an error in the outfield that allowed the first run for the Angels to score in the third. One of the two hits today has come from Jagger Webb. That aforementioned bloop single out to center that dropped between James, Ward, and Carney in center, right, and second. A ball and a strike is the count as McDonald delivers. It's grounded right side. Carney flips it on the first side. Retired. A pair of scoreless frames for McDonald out of the pen. The Cardinals come up to hit in the bottom of the fifth when we come back.
Emerson.
Welcome back to Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio. We begin the bottom of the fifth inning. It's Grady Emerson up to the plate. Watches the first up and out. Emerson singled in the first, walked in the third. And he watches the first two outside the zone. So Emerson 1 for 1 today. He went 6 for 7 yesterday. 9 for 16 on the young campaign as he watches that for a strike. Certainly living up to the big-time ranking for the outstanding shortstop. Really delivered a show yesterday. Misses up and out. 3 balls and a strike. He's also been very patient at the plate. It'll be interesting to see how teams go about navigating the star senior shortstop. 3 balls and a strike. And Emerson watches it low and outside for ball 4. So a pair of walks drawn by Grady Emerson in this game, remaining 1 for 1 for the day, but reaching for a third time. Grady Emerson, it's his 6th walk that he's drawn this season. Just now through 7 games. Braylon James now up to the plate. He has the go-ahead RBI of record that came in the bottom of the third inning. But Emerson walks. He has swiped a bag here today. As James watches low 1-0 count. Emerson at first. James at the plate, 1 for 2 today. Emerson is off. It's called for a strike, and Grady Emerson in there standing at second. It's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. But a big jump by Emerson. Swipes his 6th bag of the season, 2nd of the night. Moving into scoring position for Braylon James, who's 1 for 2 tonight with an RBI. That go-ahead RBI in the third that drove in Emerson. He'll try to drive him in again, but he'll have to do it with a 1-ball, 2-strike count.
1-2.
Here against West Armstrong, the righty looks back at Emerson, kicks, deals, and it's outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Armstrong, his first full inning of relief. He came in to record the final out in the bottom of the 4th inning in relief of Atticus Iraney, who went 3 2/3. Allowed 4 hits and 3 runs, had 6 strikeouts. The 2-2. That's up the middle. Bobbled by Jagger Webb at short. And it's Braylon James who will advance to first. Grady Emerson gets to third. Runners on the corners with nobody out for Jake Parkerson.
The third baseman, number 7, Jake Parkerson.
So Braylon James reaches on an error by the shortstop, Jagger Webb. The first error committed tonight by the Angels allows runners to get on the corners here with nobody out in the bottom of the 5th inning. Emerson at third, James at first, Parkerson at the plate. They check on the runners on the corners. Parkerson, one time aboard in this game via a free pass in the first. He struck out in the third. The runner is off, and no throw down. Braylon James moves up 90 feet, now 2 in scoring position here for Jake Parkerson. He has 6 hits in 14 at-bats this season, including being 0 for 1 this evening. But 6 hits already for Parkerson. Had a big day yesterday, as we highlighted, his first time at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out, and 2 in scoring position for the Cardinals' third baseman. But it was Parkerson with 6 hits on the year. 2 have been doubles. He's driven in a pair as well. And he looks for a couple more. He'll drive in 1. Braylon James being waved home as well. And it's a 2 RBI single for Jake Parkerson. His 7th hit of the season as the Cardinals extend their lead. Here with nobody out, the first 3 have reached in the bottom of the 5th. And Jake Parkerson with RBIs number 3 and number 4 of the season, and hit number 7. And that's called for a strike. The catcher, Hudson Wartsuma, was going up and out, looking like perhaps going to be a pitch out. Instead, it grabs some of the zone as the righty Armstrong gets it in there. Called for a strike. But Parkerson delivering in a big way to give the Cardinals some breathing room here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So Jake Parkerson, 7 hits in 15 at-bats this season. Hank Austin is now plunked. And so the catcher is granted first base on the hit by pitch and a little shaken up as he makes his way down to first. Runners on first and second, nobody out, and a mound visit in the works. So the inning started with the Grady Emerson walk, followed by Braylon James getting aboard on an error on the infield by the shortstop Jagger Webb. That allowed Jake Parkerson to drive in 2 with a single. And the Cardinals able to extend their lead, a 5-2 advantage for the Cardinals.
Your attention now running at first.
And so a lot of impactful players in this game tonight. You certainly could argue Braylon James, if this score stands, he did have the go-ahead RBI single on a 3-0 count in the third. But Jake Parkerson just a moment ago with a 2 RBI single. So there are some candidates for our player of the game that we'll have for you post-game with an interview. So be sure to stick around for that here on Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio. But right now it's the Cardinals looking to add on. They've got traffic on the base paths, runners on first and second. Antonio Andujar at the plate with nobody out. And that's a good scoop by Hudson Wurtzema to keep the runners at first and second, but a 2-0 count to the senior. Andujar 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts, but hitting with a 2-0 count here. Fired in for a strike. As West Armstrong trying to settle in. A walk to begin the inning to Emerson, an error followed by a 2 RBI single by Parkerson, who's at second. Hank Austin now at first. He was hit by pitch. And that's popped up. Going out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Antonio Andujar. A 5-2 advantage. The Cardinals with 2 more across in this inning, extending their lead to a 3-run advantage. Armstrong missing high, running the count full. That's inside for ball 4. Antonio Andujar drawing the walk. The second walk issued by Armstrong here in the inning. And a change on the hill. So Armstrong came in last inning, got the final out of the frame in relief of Atticus Irani. But he'll exit the game after a pair of walks, a hit by pitch, had that unfortunate error, but the 2 RBI single by Parkerson. The Cardinals threatening with the bases loaded and nobody out, already ahead by 3. And the Angels insert a new arm into the game, with a 3-run edge in the works right now for Fort Worth Christian. with a new arm into the
now
game.
pitching for HSAA,
It's the
number 13,
senior
Micah
right-hander, Micah Purier. So he'll have to enter into the game in probably the most challenging situation for a reliever. Bases loaded, nobody out. So Micah Purier called upon out of the bullpen, the third different arm being utilized in this game by the Angels. So he's taking his warm-up tosses. He'll face 7, 8, and 9 in the order for Fort Worth Christian, who tonight has 5 hits, 5 runs. They've surrendered 2. They're up by 3. The 2 runs coming in the part of a 2-run top of the third inning for the Angels, where Fort Worth Christian committed a couple costly errors. Now they have some breathing room and certainly in a position to add on. They've got the bottom third of the order up. New arm into the game is Micah Purier. Andrew Ridgel, the hitter, who is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, but he hits with the bases juiced and nobody out. Andrew Ridgel up, new arm into the game. A walk, air, single, hit by pitch, another walk, and now a new arm has the bases juiced. 2 already across in the inning, and Andrew Ridgel up at the plate. First call for a strike. Ridgel 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts in this game. 3 hits on the season. He had 1 yesterday, along with a run scored, an RBI, and the doubleheader. Fort Worth Christian looking for their 4th win in a row, trying to improve to 6-1 on the year. 5-2 edge for the Cardinals. Count is even, a ball and a strike. Purier coming out of the bullpen and trying to strand all 3 runners on the base paths. Meanwhile, Ridgel looking to add on to this Cardinal 3-run lead. And he lifts that one to left field. Under it there to make the grab is Zebazinski. Tagging up to score is Jake Parkerson. He gets there in time, so a run comes across. There's 1 gone now in the inning, but it's a 6-2 advantage for Fort Worth Christian as Andrew Ridgel with a sacrifice fly, another productive at-bat on a flyout. That's the 3rd time today that Fort Worth Christian has advanced a runner on a fly ball to the outfield. 2 sacrifice flies, 1 from Ridgel, 1 from Hank Austin, and also Braylon James had a fly out that allowed Grady Emerson to get from 2nd to 3rd in the 1st inning. So runners on 1st and 2nd with 1 out, a 1-0 count. Here to Jacob Ward. A couple sacrifice fly RBIs for Fort Worth Christian. And so taking advantage of the runners on the base path. Another scoop that's nice by Hudson Wartsema. A couple times back there. Making the scoop and not allowing the runners to advance. A 2-0 count with runners on 1st and 2nd. Jacob Ward at the plate. Ward fouls it straight back. A 2-1 count. Ward is 0 for 1. He flew out to center in the 2nd, walked in the 4th inning. But the threat has continued here in the bottom of the 5th. 3 runs across in the inning to extend it to a 4-run lead. And that's pulled foul. Out in front of it was Ward. Makes it 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 gone. Runners on first and second here in the Private School Classic from Keck-Horton Field. Cardinals ahead by 4. And the 2-2. It's a breaking ball from Purier. Misses outside. Fort Worth Christian hosting this event. Got victories yesterday, a 4-0 win over Legacy Christian, a 5-4 victory over Cornerstone Christian. And that is up and in. The bases loaded once again. The second time Jacob Ward has reached, as he's drawn back-to-back walks in consecutive plate appearances. And that'll bring up Hunter Hampton.
Number 38, Hunter Hampton.
Hunter Hampton swings it from the left side. He came in to pinch hit in the 4th inning, and now up for a second time with the bases loaded. He's first pitch swinging, lifts it out to left. Zevazinski there to make the grab. Play at the plate, not in time. Diving in safely is the Cardinals as they extend their lead. As we get another look, Samuel Welsh, the runner at third, who comes across to score. And the Cardinals now on top 7-2. That flips it back to the top of the order in Griffin Carney. Runners now on first and second. The third sacrifice fly for the Cardinals in this game. As Griffin Carney watches the first outside the zone. Micah Purier trying to get out of the inning with runners on first and second and 2 outs. He kicks and deals. It's upstairs to Griffin Carney. But it's Hunter Hampton who's come off the bench and has had 2 solid trips to the plate. Swing and a miss there by Carney. Hampton came in to pinch hit in the spot of Harry Alsop and singled in the 4th. And as the sacrifice fly to score Samuel Welsh, the 7th run of the game and 4th run here in the bottom of the 5th. To make it a 5-run edge, Griffin Carney up at the plate. The man on deck is Grady Emerson. He started this inning drawing a walk as the 9th different Cardinal up to the plate right now in Carney. And the 3-1 misses outside for ball 4, so the bases loaded once again. And it's Grady Emerson who gets to hit with the bases juiced. As Griffin Carney draws the free pass, juicing the bases. Fort Worth Christian has drawn 7 walks in this game. Seven walks drawn in the game. 2 have been by Grady Emerson. So the man who started the inning is up here once again in this inning. He fouls the first back. Grady Emerson hitting with the bases loaded in the bottom of the 5th inning. A 7-2 lead for Fort Worth Christian. They've scored 4 runs in the inning. And Grady Emerson with the bases full of Cardinals here in the bottom of the 5th. Emerson lays off, even count at a ball and a strike. Grady Emerson today. He's 1 for 1 with a pair of walks and 3 runs scored. He's scored every time he's reached, including once in this inning. And he watches that for ball 2. 2-1 count here with 2 outs in a 7-2 ball game. But Emerson trying to extend what is already a 5-run edge. He's reached all 3 times today after going 6 for 7 at the plate yesterday. He lifts that one towards left field, and Zebazinski is there to make the grab. So the Cardinals strand the bases loaded, but they do score 4, and they win this ball game. It's a final after 5, a 7-2 victory for Fort Worth Christian. They win it as they add on 4 in the final frame, and this ball game has concluded. Fort Worth Christian wins it. Your final score 7-2. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back with the post-game show and our post-game interview after this on Tradio.
Draftline Sports Management is taking recruiting and NIL to the next level. With over 50-plus years of experience and athlete representation, we set the standard for maximizing value and creating opportunities. Draftline Sports Management is where the future signs first.
My name is Jason Weber, and our companies, JWC General Contractors and 88 Disaster Restoration, are proud corporate sponsors of Fort Worth Christian. My wife Jamie and our son Aiden and I love being a part of the Cardinal family. We believe in the mission and vision of FWC, and we know how important it is to support the Cardinal experience. JWC provides exceptional residential and commercial roofing, while ADH offers comprehensive disaster restoration. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me directly about how we can serve you. From our family to yours, go Cards!
I'm Stacy Pearson, and at Pearson Air, we believe in helping people with everything we do. We have been leaders in the multifamily HVAC industry since 1982, serving Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, and Denver. Uncompromised honesty, disciplined integrity, unequal value, and godly generosity are our core values. Check us out online at pearsonair.com. Now come on, Cardinal Nation, let's go!
Hi, I'm Spencer Perkins with Streamline Landscape. We're excited to be a corporate partner and the official landscape provider for Fort Worth Christian School. Streamline is a full-service residential and commercial landscaping company. It will be our pleasure to work with you to achieve your outdoor living space, just like we've done at the Hagen's home. Go to streamlinelc.com and we can get you a free quote today. Go Cards!
I am Jesse Hagan, and TNS Products is proud to support Cardinal Athletics. We have provided paper and composite tubes, cores, and cans, edge wrap, and other packaging materials to over 10,000 customers for almost 40 years. My wife Charlie and I, and our girls Lauren, Peyton, and Kaylee are proud to be FWC Cardinals.
We're back with you on Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio, joined on the field by Braylon James. Braylon, your team picks up the victory today. You pulled away at the end. Tell us about this performance by the Cardinals.
Great performance by the whole team all the way around. Pitching staff did a great job today. All around on the field did a great job today. Very proud of the team.
And how nice is it to come home, play here at your home field, second week of the season, but pick up 3 victories? What does it do for the confidence of this locker room?
Oh, it's awesome. Confidence all the way up. It's awesome getting back to be on the home field and getting 3 wins at home.
So you come up to the plate in the 3rd inning, tie game at the time after they had a couple runs, and you come up 3-0 count, you drive it through the right side and give the Cardinals the lead for good. Take us through your mindset in that at-bat and what the aggression looked like swinging 3-0.
I was just waiting for my pitch. Once I got there, I was swinging. I knew I was getting a barrel, knew I was getting the run in, so I was just waiting on my pitch.
So Braylon James, our player of the game here on Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio, had the go-ahead RBI, and the Cardinals pick up a victory, their 4th consecutive win. Thanks so much for joining us here on Tradio this evening.
We only play to win. That's on everything. We climbing to the top. Turn it up a notch. This is all house. We get that W. What? Get that W.